All right, guys. Take 51,273. Action.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Consignment Chats episode 177, where today we are going to talk about cruises, successful cruises, cruises at Shipwrecked. We're going to do a little recap, y'all. A little recap. How you ladies doing?
Good. And that's my kind of shipping. Yeah.
That's my kind of shipping. Yeah. So I know on the episodes, everybody's heard us talk about this cruise for the longest time. Well, it has come and it has gone. We did it. We did it well. We did it with bells on. We had a blast. We missed Samantha. We did. Her name was brought up on several occasions. All positive, by the way, Samantha. Feel good about that.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome. Good.
But yeah. We had a great time. Y'all.
So much so that it's going to become an event. Yes.
It is
if you
an
haven't
event.
hopped over and joined that Reseller Relaxation Cruise group on Facebook, make sure you do so you can stay apprised of any new developments. And you might just want to take a peek at some of the photos
All right.
from the cruise.
I want to put this in here, and I hope I don't offend you, Libby, but Libby has not vacationed much, okay? And when we went to Boss, if you look at our recap from that, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Poor Libby got sick, and she missed the bulk of all of the Boss Reseller Remix fun. She was in bed in our hotel room. So Samantha and I, all we wanted was for her to have an amazing vacation. All I've ever wanted. She works so hard, harder than me. I don't know that I can say harder than Samantha because I don't hang out side by side with Samantha all day long, but I know she's a mover and a shaker. Libby works so much harder than probably about anybody I know. So all we wanted was for her to go on this cruise, let loose, and have a great time because she's had a long year, a rough year, and girl deserved it. Y'all, we were not on that boat for 3 minutes, and I said, "Ooh, here she is. Here she goes."
Good. I'm literally texting Molly, and I'm like, "Is she relaxing? She better be relaxing."
Oh, I did.
She had so much fun. On day one, I have video. It might be shared here. If it's not, it's because Libby said absolutely not.
What is this?
She was dancing up on deck. Like so back in the day, if we went to any kind of thing like that, I would have to pull Libby on the dance floor. Like, come on, we're dancing. This time I'm talking to Juanita Margarita, and I look up and there's Libby spinning spins with Leslie. And I'm like, well, go on with your bad self.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Yeah, I did. I relaxed. I had fun. I had a couple little adventures. It was really fun to just be with people that do what we do, and such a great group. Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. Highlights. Let's talk highlights. We're going to start with each of us because Samantha, first tell everybody they knew because you've talked about this on episodes about Shipwrecked. Was it a great shipwreck? Is there, give us kind of a quick overview of that, and then we'll come up with our favorite highlights of these things we did.
Yeah, so I did 10 listing parties.
Is that a record? Wait, that might be a record.
That's what Libby said.
I'm pretty sure that's a ListPerfectly listing party record. And I was saying, where did I say this? That I need to put you in for some sort of award. Like, girl needs an award, recognition, something, because that was no small feat. That was amazing.
Wow.
To be fair, they didn't really have topics, and we were just hanging out and listing and working together. So it wasn't anything spectacular, but I did do themed costumes for some of them. So
do we have screen shares of screenshots?
Yeah. So day one was.
Oh my gosh.
I'd also just got my hair done. So like,
it looks stunning. Yeah.
You were.
So day one was Hawaiian. And
I'm going to wait. I'm going to come in here real quick and say to podcasters, if you cannot, for whatever reason, jump over to YouTube to see what Samantha is sharing right now, I am going to put it right here out on air that Samantha is going to create a social media post with these images of her costumes. So you will get to see them. Okay. I just put it out there.
And then I'm going to go ahead and submit that to ListPerfectly and say,
Yep.
girl needs a trophy or something.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right, let me jot this down. Take my notes here.
Put it in your notes that I have just put you in for a social media post for podcasters if they, for whatever reason, cannot get to YouTube. Although we highly recommend it, because as we did our last episode, you want to be at our lives, but we don't want you to miss these pictures that we're looking at right now. We think they are meant for all eyes to see. And there may be a cruise post to go with that, with some cruise pictures. So yeah, you don't want to miss them. You don't want to miss them. All right, Samantha, go ahead. Tell us more now that you've put that in your notes.
So yeah, so we had themed days, and then we had later, because I did them 4 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern. So then we had later ones where we, have a little drink and hang out. Then we didn't necessarily need to list or work, but we were just hanging out and relaxing for the afternoon. So that was good. Some days in between, I was doing Come List with Us over in our Patreon. So I opened that up to, I did a bunch that week, and I opened it up to like everybody, even the free members that are following us on there. They haven't jumped into a membership tier yet. I invited everybody. So we got over there and we were all working together there.
It was like an all-inclusive package. You gave us all-inclusive
There you
package.
go.
I like that. I like all-inclusive vacations.
I didn't have a bartender, but it worked out fine.
I love it.
We had Sheldon. Sheldon was our bartender.
Sheldon was an amazing bartender.
So tell me about that.
We met him. I mean, we weren't on the ship for what? We had just settled in to get our first drink. Yeah. And we met Sheldon from Jamaica, and he was definitely meant to be part of our lives. So what's funny is that like 3 days in, we're talking to some of the other resellers, like, oh my gosh, we've got a favorite bartender out there by the pool. He's amazing. His name is Sheldon. And we're like, we love Sheldon too.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was just one of those bright lights, right? In a vacation that you need. So, well, you had quite the all-inclusive shipwrecked kind of time there, Samantha. Good gracious.
I did. I spent a lot of time online, but there was lots of awesome people. So it worked out good. I was still surrounded by friends, even though we weren't, in the sunshine. I'm pretty sure it snowed while you were gone. Like it was, but it was okay. My favorite part of it was the costumes, and we were having a Come List with Us. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh crap, we have to get on to that listing party. What's today's theme? And we looked, and it was pajama day. So several of us that were on there hurried up and went and found things to wear so it looked like nighttime in pajamas. And people were putting on face masks, and it was great.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I went and got some rollers.
I love it.
And and put my robe on, and we had a hat day. And okay, I have 2 shout outs. Shar, one of our Patreon members, love her. She said she never has participated in any sort of spirit week, no matter what school or employer. Well, she was actually employed by a school. She was a professor. Like, she has never participated in any of those. When she worked at a hospital, she didn't participate in Nurses Week and all that stuff. She just never liked to dress up. She participated in every single one of my.
Way to go, Shar!
She did great. The only day where she got outshined was hat day, when Jill and her granddaughter had like different hats. Like every 5 minutes I was looking up and Jill had a different hat on, and then Ember would come in with another hat, and they were just, they must have sorted out like 20 hats in an hour and just different. So it was so much fun getting everybody to dress up and be goofy.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I love it, all while working together. I love it.
Yeah. And I keep hearing like all these things from the Come List with Us, like, oh, this happened. Oh, that's right, Libby, you weren't there. You and Molly were on vacation.
I had a lot.
Or I'll be like, when did that happen? When did that come about? Oh, that was Come List with Us while you're away.
We said we're going on a
week. Like, seriously.
Right. Here we were going on a cruise worried about Samantha feeling left out. She said, "Pooh, hold my cocktail. I'm going to do all this and y'all are going to be the ones that missed out."
I do feel like that a little bit.
I survived. I survived.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, good job. Right. And thank you for holding down the fort, Samantha. That was incredible. Yes. It's so great to work with a team. And, you know, like any two of us or one of us can, you know, disappear for a week and we can all handle it.
We'll still keep our people happy. We will.
Yeah.
What an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Libby, highlight of the cruise for you.
Oh, gosh. There were so many. I have to say, the water slides and getting to hang out with Cheryl Hinton, Yaya Rambles, and just spending some time with her was an absolute highlight. We laughed. She is just as funny and amazing in person as she is online. It was magical, and the water slide was so much fun. And
so can you tell the water slide story?
I don't think it's necessarily my story to tell. You want me to tell it?
Oh, right. It was funny. Okay. There was nothing wrong in it.
All right. So we're going up on the water. We go down the water slide once. I'm like, oh, let's do it again. That was really fun. And so we go back up, and let's see. I'm trying to think whether I should tell you this part or not. All right. So we go back up, and we're in line, and the guy pulls me to the side, and he's like, stand over there. And I'm like, what the hell? And I have to stand on this like block, and he opens it up, and it's a scale, right? And I'm like, I go, oh my God, Cheryl, he's weighing me, right? And I'm like, what the hell? Like, we already went down the slide once, you know, and, you know, opens it back up, and, you know, I go down the slide, and, you know, Cheryl's kind of like horrified and laughing at the same time, right? So Cheryl gets down the slide, and she goes to the bottom. She goes, oh my God, he just did the same thing to me. And I said, oh, Cheryl, you know why it's really funny? I go, because you know what the weight limit is? 400 pounds.
Jesus. Why are you weighing them when there's a 400-pound weight limit?
I would have chewed his butt.
They laughed,
like howling, laughing, and I was like, all right. I was like, well, you know, maybe I can get up to an even weight. And Cheryl's like, yeah, I'm going to hit the buffet now.
Yeah, Cheryl's like, I got room. I'm hitting the buffet. We were laughing so hard about that.
I thought they were staging you or something, and I was like, I was like, what the heck?
Oh, I'm glad you took that so well. I'm the one that gets like real cranky at the like self-checkout when they come over and you have an alcoholic beverage that you're trying to buy, and they like look at you and then they hit the over 40 or the over 50 button, and I'm like, excuse me.
Well, it was hilarious. They laughed about it. They walked up to me, just both of them howling, laughing. And we laughed about it still clearly to this day. We're laughing about it. It was hilarious.
In the group, she goes, I was telling my husband this story, and he was like equal parts offended and equal parts laughing. And I was like, oh, I love him already. Love him already. Never met him, but yeah.
Love him. Right. Right. So yeah, there were water slides. I mean, we just had a ball. We did some get-togethers. The first night we had a meet and greet from there, so people could kind of exchange and hook up with each other via your on-ship messaging, so you could connect with people throughout the week. I thought it was a really great time of togetherness, yet doing what you want to do at the same time. So nobody felt, I think from what I saw, nobody felt left out, nobody felt forgotten, and nobody felt overwhelmed with too many things going on. Like, you could comfortably be you and do what you wanted to do and join or not.
Can I tell you what my favorite part was of your cruise?
What?
When they put out, I think it was Vicky that posted the big like shout out, and then she was like, "Hey, rooms this and this. You had like connecting balconies or something."
Oh,
Yes.
we're getting to that. We're getting to that. Yeah.
So we had a room party. I felt like I was back in college at the Howard Johnsons, where when we were in college and had nowhere to hang out,
Gotta
we
love a
would
good
rent
Hojo
rooms
party.
at the Hojo, and we'd all go to the Hojo, right? Well, all of a sudden I'm in there and I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm at the Hojo right now, and we're partying in college.
Yes.
We packed to that room. So the whole idea was, we had the side-by-sides, and I mean, we didn't get our luggage put down, and Katie's like, we're opening the window. We got to tell them. We already told them we're opening our deck so we connect, which was great. It was great. We could just, tap, walk over. The ungreat thing was,
the funny thing was about that, though, was like, oh, yeah, we got to get this open. We got to get this open. So we get the room steward, Veronica, the room steward. And we're like, we got to, we need to make sure this, she's like, everything okay? We're like, we need the balcony door open, the connecting. And she goes, I already know. I talked to your neighbors. Yes, I'm
They've
on
already
it.
requested.
Like, all right. Like,
yeah.
So
it was wonderful because, we'd hang out in the morning sometimes before getting ready, like grab a coffee. Like Libby and I had breakfast out there one morning, and they would come sit out there with us. And it was nice to have that kind of. But the night of the Hojo party, the deck and room party, it was, we weren't thinking about the fact that at night it got cold, right? Like, because the weather still isn't hot. So it was hot enough to swim and be in the pool during the day when the sun was shining. But as soon as the sun went down, it got chilly. So nobody wanted to be on the deck. So everybody's cramming into a room,
It truly looked like some sort of frat party. It was,
I finally said, I finally was like, I'm sitting on the deck. There's just too many people in here. And so a few people came out and hung out there.
And Vanessa and I went to the other room and colored.
They were coloring in the
coloring books.
They were coloring in the reseller coloring books on the bed. It was funny. But so the other funny thing about the connecting rooms, y'all, and I will share pics here, is there were theme nights, and I love a good theme. But if anybody knows Katie and Vicky, they rock a good theme. They are
Queens
the
of
absolute yes, they are the queens of it.
They even had a themed wedding, for God's sakes. Like, they themed anything. Yeah.
Right. So 80s night was a ball. Well, 70s night, I was like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. My knee was hurt. And I'm like, and so Libby in the end was like, yeah, I'm going to hang out too. So I don't remember what we did before, but we ended up not going down for the dance party part. And we were at that point.
Put it all out on the floor for the 80s night. I had nothing left to spend.
We were dancing,
even dressed up. Like, I don't dress up. I even dressed up. I
got her.
What? Oh yeah, I went nuts.
For 70s, we're like, man, we're gonna pass, and we get our pajamas on and we're in bed, and Libby's about falling asleep. I'm reading, laying there, and all of a sudden on our door, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so sleep apnea. I'm always me, I am. Gotta take the mask off, turn the machine off. I get myself out because Libby's in the other bed by the back door. So I'm like, I'll get it. And they're not there, but I know who it is. So I come around and they assume we're asleep and knock on her door. Well, they pull the shades open and there is Katie. Full curly afro head, mustache. I mean, 70s dude to a T. I laughed so hard and I'm like, come here. So Libby's laying in bed and all of a sudden here comes Katie. Jumps in the room, all that. It was hilarious. Libby's like, if I did not know and she had done that without any kind of entrance, I probably would have wet the bed. It would have scared me so bad.
Definitely.
Hilarious. But yeah, I think that was my highlight, was spending time with people that I already had a bond with, but making that bond that much deeper.
Yes.
We just really, really had some amazing time together, not just Katie and Vicky, with many others, and meeting new friends that are now friends for life. I always tell Katie and Vicky that they are so much like, at least I'll speak for myself, like me and what I love in the soul of a person, that I love to bring good people to good people. Like, I am the friend that I want you all to be good people friends. And they are the exact same way. Ever since I met them, they have blessed my life by bringing in so many more good people, truly good people into my life. And so we had that long talk about that too, Vicky and I did. And, it's just, that part was amazing. So now we're like leaving, and we're like, I'm gonna miss you so much. And they're like, we've got Gatlinburg. We'll see you in Gatlinburg.
But that few months is just so long.
I know. We have to wait till August. Dadgummit. But yeah, it was, the time with everybody was amazing. And doing some of the day trips was fun. We went on to Catalina and had a ball. We had a large group of us, like 9 of us that did Catalina together. And that was a ton of fun. Had lunch at a horrible Mexican restaurant that couldn't get their stuff together. But, it gave us memories to talk about. So, but again, that day allowed me to become closer to some people I didn't know that now I know and are friends. So yeah, it was a ball.
And maybe even one you'll be meeting in Gatlinburg.
Yes, you might be meeting her in Gatlinburg. We're really working on it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Samantha, I promise you it'll be love at first 2 minutes, and you'll be like, thank you for bringing this person into my life.
Yes.
Awesome.
You know who you are if you're listening. You know who you are.
You better come.
What about, so Vanessa, I got to spend some time with Vanessa in person, which was awesome. And she kicked it off. She had brought a gift for me, which was so awesome. She had made shirts. Like, we often joke about Jedi Master and her being the Padawan. And so she had made a shirt for me. It said Jedi Master. And she had made a shirt for herself that said, matching shirt for herself that said Padawan. And it was just,
I loved it.
Oh my gosh, just so fun.
That's awesome.
So fun.
Yeah.
I saw Libby for like 1 second. And within the first second, she's like, oh my God, did you hear about the shirts that Vanessa made us? Like,
it was so cute. So cute. She did a great job. Yeah, that came out of one of our masterminds that we realized when she gave somebody else advice strongly, like Libby's been, and I went, she just gave it right. You go, Vanessa.
That's right. She has become the master all in the meantime. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
So speaking of friends and masterminds and all those wonderful things that we do in the Patreon, I will 1000% say that if I did not have both of you, I would never be a YouTuber. I would not be putting things on. Like, there's a lot of stuff we do, guys. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Poor Samantha's tired.
It's a lot.
Do you need to take a week off, honey?
Yeah. Well, wait until
when Molly comes back. Not yet.
I did just put my availability in the schedule a little bit, and there are some Fridays and stuff that I took off, so we'll see.
All right.
But so there were some things that I just could not do alone. Like, how do I recap the month of April by myself? Like, that just seemed so weird. Like, hey guys, so I sold some stuff. Yeah. Like, I didn't know how to do that and have it flow right because I am so awkward. So I had our awesome friend Nisha, Picks by Nisha, our little in-house jewelry expert. And she came on and did it with me. And shared her progress and things that have been going on with her. And it was
awesome. I watched it. I loved the recap.
It was so much easier to have somebody there to chit chat with. Like, that's why it works so well with us, because we can chit chat and bounce stuff off. And when it's just me, oh gosh, it's hard. It is real hard.
It is really hard to do it.
It is. Yes. It's a totally separate skill for sure.
And then the Friday night ones, shocker, but most people have plans on Friday nights. Crazy.
Right.
So I did end up doing those by myself. However, I had like a lot of fun at the one because I was just going through like some stuff that I had bought throughout the week or things that I needed to list for myself. And I grabbed every board game in this house that I needed to list and part out and went through them and showed people like, this is what I would take from this one. And this is, tossed boxes on the other side of the room. Like, I don't care about those. And that was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure 2 people enjoyed it as well. So it was a success.
Was that the one my mom went to?
No, your mom came on last week, and
when you had the unboxing, because I popped onto that one.
Unboxing.
I was doing unboxing of some consignment stuff and kind of like getting it ready for Monday. So that was
fun. I thought
she
that
got
was
super invested in that. She's like asking about like things, and she
was already like, did you list the Pyrex? Did you do that?
Did you have a new fan? I mean, she doesn't come to when I'm on there.
It was great.
I love it.
I love that she didn't think I knew who she was. She's like, hey, this is Jane, Libby's mom. I'm like, hey.
All right, so y'all keep talking. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
What the heck is this all about? Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, wait, she edits the video. We can't say too much.
That's true. We can't get anything past her.
I know. Maybe she'll do like not a great job editing this video because she's away. And what can we say?
Oh my gosh. So what other awesome things did you like about your trip?
It was just fun to get to know some new people. Like there were a lot of people I had never ever met before. Yeah. And that was really fun to just meet people. I love being all right. So
did you just say, did that sentence just come out of your mouth? It was really fun to meet people.
Yeah, it was really fun because there are other resellers, Samantha.
That's
I'm
true.
not talking general public right now. I'm talking other resellers. These are my people. That is really fun to go on a cruise and just meet people. That would be, I don't know.
But, so wait, let's back up a little bit though, because you guys spent some time in LA before you got on the cruise.
We did.
So what kind of fun did you do there? Did you get to see anybody from the Real Housewives of whatever the heck you watched?
We did. We saw Peter from Vanderpump Rules and we got pictures with him. And so our Uber driver, we got off, our Uber driver, Angel, our LA Angel, picked us up at the airport in this cool Tesla. I'd never been in a Tesla before, so that was kind of fun. California people are probably thinking like, big whoop. But for me, it was a big deal. I liked it. Like Molly's head didn't fit in it. She was a little too tall for it, but me on the shorter side, I was perfectly happy. But anyway, so we're like, oh, Angel, like who, because we're going to, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area, are we going to see anybody? Are we going to, and he's like, well, I was in an Uber commercial.
He was famous. There you go.
So the next thing he says is ask us where we're from. And I said, I'm from Scranton. Well, he is a super Office fan, like super Office fan. So a million questions, the whole conversation.
I go, wait a minute, Angel. So we're saying you want her autograph, correct?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. So we just got to be fast. He was our Uber driver for pretty much the rest of the trip. Like we just would, call him up and he'd send a car he'd bring himself to us and take us wherever we needed to go. And it was awesome.
And here was the best part about having that immediate connection and friendship with him was when we got back from the cruise, we went to Huntington Beach, which is further south from LAX. So Libby spent the day with me at my Airbnb and with family friends in the morning. But then she had to get back from there all the way from Huntington Beach all the way to LAX in the evening. And so I would have been really worried about her. But Angel was like, I got you. Just let me know when. And he drove from LA out to Huntington Beach, picked up Libby.
Aww.
So then he took Libby. And I was like, she's safe. Angel's got her. And then when I left, I had to go from Huntington Beach to Santa Ana Airport to pick up my friend Holly and wait for her to come out. And then we were going to the train station, and Angel came back, picked me up, picked up Holly, went out there. And then this was the nicest thing. When he dropped us off at the train station, he knew we had 4 hours. He said, listen, I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep all my routes right here local, just in case anything happens and you need anything, I'll be right here for you.
Aww.
Right? Is that
That's
not
why he was on the commercial.
Is that not an LA angel if you've ever heard of one? Like,
that's awesome.
So
What a great
here's
guy.
what you all need to know. If you need somebody to take you around LA who you can trust, who's amazing, only if you're somebody who treats them well, by the way, because I'm not sharing this number with anybody, reach out to us and we will hook you up, because unless we're there, then you don't get him. He's ours. But
Yeah, that was
amazing.
That was great. Oh, I thought I just got special treatment because I was from Scranton, but apparently, yeah.
Well, Molly was associated with you, so
right, but through association, yes, I was able to ride that coattail. Yes, for sure.
I forgot. She was asking if we met anybody famous, so we did. We met Peter at Sir, right?
And Guillermo. Guillermo was.
Well, I forgot about Guillermo. He was a little obsessed with Molly, the co-owner of Sir.
He's the co-owner of Sir, one of Lisa Vanderpump's best friend partners. So
you have to tell the story of what happened. We were sitting at the table having our dinner,
and this guy walks by with the video camera, and I'm like, he comes like he came twice, came back,
at least, yeah.
And
the girls next to us are going, oh my god, and we don't know who he is, right?
Like,
we don't know who he is. I'm like trying to get on the camera.
So I'm like, after he walks away, I'm like, okay, wait, like he looks familiar. And the mom goes, that's Guillermo. And I was like, oh my God. So as we were leaving, and I'm like, oh, that video will show up somewhere. So it did show up on their TikTok, and there's me and my like this in the video. But when we were leaving, I'm just one of those people that'll just go up. I don't fangirl, right? But I just go up. Like I just went up to him and I said, okay, since you got me on your video, you got to take a selfie. And he's like, all right, let's do this. How, and boom, yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like he thought you were somebody else. Like it was like he knew Molly. Like I think he maybe thought he recognized you or something.
Well, there was this time back in college. Oh, I can't.
Nick might hear this.
So, okay. One more, because I got something else I got to do before we cut this off. I got one more thing.
I gotta go.
But one more that I know you got to go. That's why. But I got to tell this story too about how you meet famous people when you act normal and not like a freak. That Libby and I get off the cruise, and we're sitting waiting for my friends to pick us up, which was going to be a little bit. So I told the porter, just find us a bench and we'll sit and be happy, right? So we're sitting at this bench, and Katie and them come out, so we're saying goodbye, and I'm taking video of them driving off, and these gentlemen come to sit by our luggage. And Libby goes, do you mind if I scoot the luggage a little? Because, we were sitting in that corner. Oh, no problem. Well, we end up sitting there talking to these gentlemen for a good 45 minutes. There's three of them sitting there. And as time's going, you can see on the next cruise, there's some kind of event going on. And I'm looking, and I'm like, the back of that t-shirt, Libby, what does that say? Does that say Cool in the Gang? Does that say like what? And so there's a musical cruise going on, right? And all the people are there. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, and I look at Libby and I look over and I'm like, these guys are dressed really cool right now. And they're smoking their cigars and they're looking a little too dapper to just be a normal person. And I go, wait a minute, what's this cruise going on? And they're like, oh, that's da-da-da-da-da. And I go, so you're musicians, are you? And they go, yeah, we are. We're Rolls Royce. And I went, what? He goes, you know the song At the Car Wash? Ooh, oh, yes.
Sweet.
The nicest guys. Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, well, now you got to take a selfie with me, right? They're like, come on over. So they're trying to they want Nick and I to go. They're like, come on. They're doing a Soul Train one in the spring. I'm like, my husband's a big cruiser. Come on. I go, are you going to remember me? Well, of course we're going to remember y'all. Right?
Nice.
So yeah, that was fun. Okay.
But I have to say,
yep,
my infatuation with the Real Housewives ended on that trip, or shortly after the trip. I had a couple of Real Housewives experiences personally. I don't need no drama. I'm off the Real Housewives. Yeah. Yeah.
I will never be. I can't be.
I
Sorry.
loved it. I'm over it. It's done.
I was watching it this morning. Little Vanderpump Rules. All right. So Samantha, first of all, I want to thank you. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you did while we were gone, keeping Consignment Chats together. As we told you, we thought about you endlessly on this trip because without you, we are not whole. So we wanted to present you with an award.
Oh, God.
For achievement while we were gone. We bought you an award while we were meeting famous people. We thought you deserved your own. So awesome. This will get mailed to you shortly, but I wanted our people to see how amazing you are, that you are now a star and you deserve your own, right? You deserve your own. Yep. Yeah. So there you are. Okay. So there you have it. You need to find a special place for that because you earned it. You put yourself out there, you controlled the business, and you put yourself out there as a famous person on every possible screenway with different costume changes along the way. So this was a well-earned, well-deserved Oscar you got. So yes. Congratulations. And once you receive it, I hope to at some point get your autograph so I can add it or a selfie to put with my other famous people selfies.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you guys are adorable. Yeah. So if you could just not do that again, though, that'd be super great because I don't want to do this by myself at all.
She's like, one and done, kids, no more.
Yeah. I can say I got the award and now I never have to do it again. It's fine.
Right. I'm not looking for repeats here. Once is good, no repeats.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, y'all, there will be more stories to come from this. I am sure there will be photographs being shared. I can promise you some of them have already been out there, but I have yet to put together a C-Chats shareable thing. I've been putting it on my personal, but those will come out, I promise. So keep your eyes out because it's fun. Make sure you get into these groups so that you're a part of it. Make sure you stop, drop, and roll. No, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, give us feedback, ratings, comments, all that good stuff that helps us keep the lights on and continue to be the foolish, crazy people that we are.
Yes.
Ladies, until next time.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us on consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, join our free private Facebook community.